But price is also an issue. Availability was a problem. Maybe not anymore. Now, affordability is now the problem. Here is that IPMAN, supposed independent marketers, petrol marketers of Nigeria, president, who just told us that they have agreed with Dangote that it will be selling them a liter of petroleum for, I think, 945 naira. Listen to him. It is the battle. In fact, listen to this first.
My members are very happy to understand that now we are not buying product through the third party, but rather we buy product directly through Dangote. So it's a very good, welcome development for independent petroleum marketers and the Nigerian masses in general.
All right. Now, your association promises lower fuel prices through this direct lifting arrangement. Can you provide specific figures on expected price reductions across different regions and the factors that might affect these projections?
Well, in fact, we are still on the analysis of the price, the way our price will be in the whole nation. But the most important thing is to understand that we today, we are not buying through the third party, we are buying directly through Dangote. And immediately when the transaction has taken seriously, we can come and analyze so that we may have a uniform price all over the country. Everybody, any part of the country, we are going to explain to the Nigerian masses, this is what the independent petroleum marketers will sell in Sokoto. This is what they will sell in Maiduguri. This is what they will sell in Port Harcourt. So all the nation, including Lagos and Abuja.
All right, we hear you on that. We certainly look forward to that when it's time. Now, given Dangote's emerging monopolistic position when it comes to refining, what measures has IPMAN put in place to prevent price manipulation, which is crucial at this point, and ensure fair competition in the downstream sector?
Well, you know, this thing what Dangote has done to the independent petroleum marketers, so he put them in such a way that they will become competitive together with the NNPC retail, IPMAN, and IPMAN. Because before, we are obtaining our product through them. So now, instead of going through them and get the product, he promised us that we are going to lift product direct through his refinery.
And the guy was pretty much on a media run today. Nothing is really concrete until when he arrived the channels. And he said, well, this is the price that Dangote is offering us. And if things goes according to plan, then a liter of petroleum will be sold, maybe for 1,150 naira in faraway places like Maiduguri and others. The NNPC themselves also came out today to say, oh yeah, we will be buying from Dangote now. Like, it seems they are doing a media run to also mislead you, the people, again. Because I think it was last week, it was reported that there are about 6 countries that are already willing and ready to lift Dangote's petroleum if Nigeria is not going to buy it. Tifnumbu and his gang, they just invested in oil, is it petroleum mixing, wherever, in Malta, where it is believed that adulterated products is being imported from. They are making a kill. So then there's a twist this week, okay? Because last week, the same NNPC, independent marketers, they were asking a court to strike out the charges brought against them by Dangote, because Dangote went to court to ask the court to stop NNPC from importing fuel to Nigeria. and patronizing, cancel their import licenses, right? Then these marketers also went to court to say, court, come on, throw out Dangote's prayers. We will continue to import because it is cheaper to import than to buy from Dangote. Then this week, that is changing to something like this. The same guy, the same day, 2 different stations where they are running what I believe is a media run, and there is something fishy. I don't know, something in me is telling me that something is fishy, but this one is more detailed in his in what he said. Okay, and we can possibly quote him verbatim, verbatim in another few days, right? Listen.
Now that you're patronizing him, could you tell us how much are you buying from him?
The price?
Yes.
Just like what I have told you, presently, he gives us the price of there are 2 different prices. There is the one that we can load through the bases and carry to our various depots at the rate of 940 naira per litre. Then for the depots, it's at the rate of 990 naira per litre.
Why is that difference?
This one is the main. This one you have to load it and carry it to another part
of the country.
Of the country. No, not of the country, of the state. You know, we use bases to carry this product. It's 2 ways. There is one that we can load in the loading gantry, and there is one that we can load through the bases. So through the bases like Port Harcourt, Warri, Calabar, we have to use bases because there is no Dangote loading gantry there. We have to carry it to our private depots and discharge and distribute it to our.
So naturally, when you load from gantry, it should be cheaper.
Yes.
Okay. So how much?
Not will be cheaper. It depends because this one is 960 or 940.
Then the
other one is 990.
Okay. So the difference is there. So how much should we expect to buy, or how much should people expect to buy petrol from IPMAN stations in Lagos and Abuja, for instance?
Well, all the assurance that I will be giving you with this new development, our product, independent petroleum marketers, will be cheaper.
Yeah, how much? NNPC is
no,
what,
I cannot specifically say it because it depends on the place that you are going to carry the product. It depends on the distance. But all what I know, both NNPC, IPMAN, and NNPC, IPMAN, and which one again?
IPMAN?
MEMAN.
Oh, MOMAN.
MOMAN.
Major marketers.
MEMAN, major marketers now. So all of them, by God's grace, what we are trying to see, our product is cheaper. Wherever they are selling product, our own is cheaper than their products.
Assuming their product is 1,060, your product should be cheaper than 1,060.
Yes, we may decide to sell 1,055.
1,055? I thought
it's a difference. Because we are in the regulation period, so you may not expect the price to be so much difference. But at least any reduction, even if it's one...
Why wouldn't it be so much different?
No, the reason why it will not be so much different because already there is no subsidy in any of the commodity. So you have to sell the way you obtain.
Yeah, but you said that the profits you were giving to maybe IPMAN and NNPC...
No, this one that I have been telling
different.
you, I'm just citing an example. I said no matter how, our price will be a little bit lower.
So if we see any petrol station that sells higher than 1,060, are they still IPMAN members? Would anything happen?
I'm not trying to say 1,060 because it differs on the location.
No, I'm saying assuming in the states where it is 1,060. Because if you use NNPC cost as benchmark in any state, anyone that sells above that,
yes, with this recent development, definitely anywhere you go, you will find that at the end of the day, we have the cheapest price.
But we also understand, and talk to us about it, that the landing cost has dropped. Does this have any impact on how much you're expected to buy from anywhere, either from Dangote or anywhere?
But you know, already I tell you, we tell our members to buy through Dangote or any Nigerian refinery because we have full satisfaction
Not that you're patronizing him.
So you see that that's something in me that is always very, that's always very hard for me to believe whatever they say is also right or maybe right. These are not honest people. Something is cooking, okay? And none of this is actually going to bring any succor or relief to the suffering Nigerians. None of this. You see this whole back and forth, this media run and all of that. Something is cooking. The only thing I picked up at some point is that they are going to increase the price of petroleum soon. In another few days, they are going to announce a new price. And it's not going to be a dropped price. It is going to be another higher price for this same petroleum products. All this, to read this cho that you are hearing left, right, and center, something is not adding up. I have done series of analysis on this whole thing before. Dangote is not lowering its price for anybody. Okay? The Tifnumbu and his gang that are paying themselves subsidy, which they continually deny. They always deny it. Because what they are paying now is not subsidy like, oh, you bring your fuel. They ask you how much is the landing cost. How much do you want to sell it? Oh, yeah, take the difference. Sell it for this price. That is not what they are doing now. What they are doing is called dollar subsidy. You cannot import any product into Nigeria without getting a forex to go and import. And between the central bank and the NNPC, that is where the shady deal of the dollar subsidy is. That is where they are paying themselves hundreds of millions of dollars. Here you get now. All this story about landing costs, all this nonsense, right? If they actually want to give you a relief in this instance, right? Number one, that means they will lose money. They will cancel all their projected importation and all of that genuinely. But they are not. They're just making these pronouncements left, right, and center and putting Dangote in the midst of it. But when they put Dangote in the midst of it, right, somehow, they are kind of telling you directly that, if Dangote is going to sell it for this price, we are going to sell it for that so price too. So don't expect anything less. And if they insist that we have to buy from Dangote, or we can all claim to be buying from Dangote, right? And that is why the price of petroleum is going to be this, and that now. There's no reprieve coming your way. None. Anyway, it's been confirmed that Tifnumbu has landed in Abuja. And I hope we can begin to call him the CIA asset, has landed in Abuja, the druggie. So, your Shege is back. To the people of Edo State, today, the power changed hands, and Okpebholo, APC, Egbekegbe, became the government of Edo State. And it didn't take long before their supposed thugs were unleashed. I'll show you that one. But this is how the event went earlier today.
His Excellency the Governor will take around now to inspect the ground of honor.
Today, you are officially giving me the mandate to preside over our dear state as governor for the next 4 years. We will not betray this confidence you have imposed in me and the deputy governor. The welfare of our citizens is a top priority for us. To achieve this, we shall implement programs carefully outlined in my 5-point agenda, designed to grow a robust economic growth and improve the lives of our people. The deplorable condition of our roads has made it difficult for people to move from one part of the state to another. Our policy to develop road infrastructure is targeted at constructing roads, drainages, and bridges to ease transportation for all. We shall immediately commence work to make the road motorable again. My administration shall support small businesses and market women with soft loans. Our teeming youth population will not be left out. We shall support them to acquire relevant skills. My administration shall immediately swing into action to recruit teachers and build the deplorable classrooms. Tertiary education that my administration shall support the decision of the federal government to uphold the Oba of Benin as the exclusive owner of the returned artifact. Recall that on the 17th of June 2019, 14 members of Edo State House of Assembly were denied inauguration into the seventh Assembly. It was a big blow to our democracy. My administration is setting up a panel of inquiry to investigate the remote cause of this incident.
This division is the first obstacle a leader must overcome in order to deliver the promise.
Oh, Shitiman was there. He's a special guest of honor, right? I think it was last night, before this morning, right? It says something similar. This time he wasn't reading it.
For me, I'm coming as a servant to serve the Edo people. That is what is required of me. And that is what exactly I'm going to do. So very soon, you will see a lot of development coming up in Edo. We are going to employ teachers. We are going to renovate our schools. We are going to... A lot will be happening over time. So with time, you will recognize that a new dawn has happened.
Congratulations to you, Edo people. Talking about a new dawn. To the drivers, as well as commuters in Edo State, they said that Agbero used to be a thing in Edo State until Obaseki waged war against them, and they became a thing of the past. Or talking about new dawn, maybe this is part of the new dawn.
Yes, this is Edo State to welcome to Agborism once again. You can see them obtaining cars, they are obtaining bus drivers.
Just imagine.
Yes, democracy has ended in Edo State today. See the Agboros that are obtaining drivers, stopping bus drivers on the road, on Okpebholo as I speak. What a shame. What a shame. A big shame to APC government. So,
This is not a robbery now.
yes, they don't mind, they don't care. See, they are telling them we are back. This is how it used to be in the Somalians' time. That is back. They are back to that. They are back.
When they found the old boss,
yes, so they're obtaining them, yes. So what a shame.
I don't know how they take give these people.
You know, this is the day and time where everyone is a reporter. So whatever is happening here and there, people will capture that and put it on online. That's one of them. So, Edo people, you know, congratulations, though. Okay, and hopefully, you are going to see a positive difference, so to say. I mean, I don't even know, maybe not prayer or I don't know. So if you have been with us this long, remember, you can still like this broadcast, okay? Like it and share it. Subscribe onto my channel. If you, we don't even know, maybe after this broadcast, YouTube is going to say, how dare you say something about CIA? For the American national security, we are shutting down your channel. But before then, at least still subscribe to my channel, my YouTube channel. Subscribe to it, set your notification on, and you won't miss anything. It's always very interesting here. Yeah, it's always very interesting. Okay. So there is a group of other observers on what the situation has become in Nigeria, citing the Edo example. They had a chart, which I want to share with you. Here is Professor, I think call him Professor, you know, Amadi Sam. Please listen to this.
I will start by saying that the assumption here is that our failure is because of the institution itself. That's, you know, we have framed this debate to sort of libel presidentialism, saying that it failed, not that the practice of it failed. So there are three, I'll start with three realisms. First is that institutions matter, and change that's correct. Structure matters. Again, institutions matter not in the ideal form, but in their real form, how you practice them. There's a difference between an institution defined and institution in practice. So even though scholars say that presidentialism clearly less costly, in terms of empirics, greater GDP growth as people operate parliamentary system have greater GDP growth than presidential system. But if you look across the world, you see that we have hybridization. So Israel, South Africa, they are parliamentary presidential. So we should bear that in mind. There are few totally ideal parliamentary and presidential systems, maybe the US and the UK. France is a mixture. Germany is a mixture. So we shouldn't run away with the idealism that presidential system, parliamentary as well. Now back to the point you raised, which is very important. Now, how do we choose systems? Power is at the heart of institutional change or not, meaning that those who benefit by an institution will have less incentive to change those institutions. But power is not uniform. That means, like I think the keynote speaker made a very important point. There are dimensions of power. And the new thinking is what they call end of power. People like Moses Naini, okay? What does that mean is that power is no longer hierarchical. We don't talk in terms of government, we talk about governance. We talk about network, we talk about influence. So this kind of conversation can create narratives, number one, that are powerful. Can also create narratives that show win-win. So politicians who probably are wedded to presidentialism and the power it gives will see that parliamentary system actually does not hurt them as much as they think. So there's this idea of why should we change the system if we are beneficial? But if you show that this system actually is not benefiting you as much as you think, you shift the investment of resources and time to protecting that system to allow it change. But ultimately, I think there is what I call social virality, meaning that changes come when it gets to maybe epidemic level. Social change trends get to a point of tipping point where the conversation becomes very hot, empowering, constraining and threatening to people in power. Will this conversation get to a point where the National Assembly members, the presidency, everybody involved will think a second time and say, okay, why don't we transition to a different kind of system, even if it's not wholly presidential. What will determine it is whether the promoters of this system are able to embed it in social realism. The people see it as...
What Alaye Sam is trying to tell you is that things are getting hotter. People have lost interest in the type of government that these criminals have